So you're going to find out here in this video you're about to watch. Things are about to change really rapidly. On Monday, the FedNow system will go into effect. For the month of April and May, it is going to be voluntary opt-in. Come June, they're going to be requiring you to enter into the system. In July, it will be in full effect. You will then be controlled by the Federal Reserve. They can turn your currency on and off at will. So as I said, time is running out to prepare. Time is running out to make a move. But, you know, if you're still worried about paying your mortgage and your car payment, then we're not on the same page, right? Because what's it going to matter? You're either going to be in the system or you're not. There's only two options. And if you're not in the system, you're going to have to be prepared to survive on your own. So maybe at best 60 days. And that's if anything doesn't pop off with China or Russia, right? Or any other country that hates our guts at this moment. So take a look at this video. It does a very good job of explaining it.
Now issued a press release declaring the launch of the new U.S. digital dollar, which is coming in July fully, but it rolls out next week. So about 3 days. So get ready, it's happening. Here's what they're planning and how they describe it from the Federal Reserve. The FedNow service will provide individuals and businesses the ability to send and receive instant payments through the Federal Reserve FedLine network at any time of day, 7 days a week. Recipients of payments using FedLine or FedNow will have immediate full access to funds which enable greater flexibility, they say, and opportunity for immediate use of money sent and received. In April, the Federal Reserve will begin certifying participants so that they can be fully set up when the launch occurs. So again, starting next week. Those institutions will be prepared to send live transactions through the system. And then in June, the Federal Reserve and those certified participants, again, which start next week, will engage in production validation activities to prepare for the launch. But Catherine Austin Fitts, who's a brilliant, brilliant woman, recently described what going cashless would do to all of us. Watch.
We literally will be sitting in a system where the central banks believe that our assets belong to them, and they can dictate where we can spend money and what we can spend money on. The important thing to understand is central bank digital currencies are not currencies. It gives the ability for the central bankers, and they've said this publicly, the ability to not only set the rules centrally, but enforce the rules centrally. If you don't behave, you can have your money turned off.
Well, here's another example of how a cashless digital currency would work. It expires. It would expire. Yes, just like that gift card that you got for Chili's 2 Christmases ago that you never used. It disappears. You can't use it under any circumstances any longer, given a time.
So they don't want you to have a savings.
Well, I mean, it just depends on how. Yeah, well, they don't want you to have a savings account. They actually do not want you to have savings. They want you to spend it. So that's what this article purports. We go through this sort of expiring money and here's how they're using it in China right now. In October of 2020, the Shenzhen district announced the distribution of 10 million digital yuan to Chinese citizens, to about 50,000 people. It's about $30 US. Lucky winners could then spend their money at designated shops between the October 12th and the 18th. They only had those 6 days to spend it. A similar announcement happened in Shenzhen when registered Chinese citizens would receive their money on January 11th and then would need to spend it before January 17th. A 6-day sort of stimulus, if you will.